welcome to our daily horrors. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and today I'm playing for the game. It's not me, it's my basement, where Mum and Dad have gone out, and we've been left home alone. But that's okay, because we're old enough to look after ourselves now, right? I'm sure everything is going to be fine. Unfortunately, this morning, I have to make breakfast. What about our friends here? Do they need breakfast? A friend hanging out with this little buddy. A little buddy hanging out with his friend. Well, at least they're both consistent. We got a little island here. An old train set. It isn't as fun to play with as it used to be. The downfalls are growing up, I'm afraid. Things just aren't as fun as they used to be. Mum and Dad's room. I guess we should not go exploring in there right now. The bathroom. I don't have to go right now. Well, okay, that's no problemo. We can go get breakfast instead. I'm sure we are excellent at cooking. These plants are plastic. If they weren't, they'd be dead by now. Oh, I can relate. I can barely keep myself living. I'm a little concerned with the state of this kitchen. What to do? Look at the drawing. This drawing has been on the fridge forever. Mum and Dad told me that all great artists sign their work at the bottom. Wait, your initials are EGO? Wow, you are going to be the ego artist, huh? Mum always told me not to use the oven unless she was around. Probably for the best then. Have we got anything else we can eat? Dirty dishes are piled in the kitchen sink. Still got bread? Just enough. 2 slices. You got bread. Wonderful, we can make ourselves a sandwich. Look in the fridge. Good, we haven't run out of jelly yet. You got jelly. Okay, we got any peanut butter? We've still got... Yeah, peanut butter. I thought so. You got peanut butter. That's everything I need, right? I can only make 1 sandwich, but it'll have to do. I mean, a little bit controversial, but I don't like peanut butter. Not a massive fan of the nut taste. Sandwich made. But we're running low on groceries again. I'll make a list and go to the market. But I have to feed them first. Who is them? I mean, don't we need to feed ourselves? It's the 3rd of the month. Interesting. Well, okay, who are we feeding? Ah! Suspiciously locked door. I'm presuming the basement, huh? This is the TV. Dad set it up for me so that I could watch VHS tapes on days that we were stuck inside. But now that he isn't here, I find it hard to rewind the VHS tapes on my own. I'm scared I might break them. How long do you think before Dad's back? I like to draw and watch TV at the same time. Maybe one day I can do that again. I mean, clearly we've got to be going into that basement, right? At least the books haven't been collecting dust. Okay, is there anywhere else we can go? Ooh, we can. Nothing I need from this drawer. There's nothing I need to go in here for. Is there a reason I don't even get to know what's behind the door? I can't leave the house right now. I need to feed them first. Okay, time to go to the basement then. I wonder who's down there. Do we even have the key for it? Okay. It's breakfast time, you guys. Remember to share. That sounded like a big creature. I don't think 1 PB&J is really gonna cut it. All fed? I better go write that grocery list before I forget. Alright, all written down. I guess we're going to the market today. Well, okay, I'm just gonna assume you have the list on you. I mean, I'm also just gonna assume you have money because, I don't know where else we could get it. Maybe we could, if it doesn't let me leave, we'll go up to the parents' room and see if we can find some money. That's where it's likely to be. Okay, so I get to leave, so I'm assuming we do have the money. Ah, our swing broke. The swing set is broken. I can't ask anyone to fix it for me. I just hope the swing doesn't break. I mean, now you've mentioned it, it might. Okay. Ah, I think someone needs to do a little bit of gardening. Your weeds seem to be growing at an alarming rate, and you have quite the convoluted pathway. I'm pretty sure you've just burned an extra 100 calories just because of that distance. Well, here we are again. I hope Miss Baylor has it today. Okay. Well, I'm gonna guess... Oh, can I speak to anyone here? Don't think I can. Huh. So I'm guessing I need to go to each one of these stores once, right? Well, okay. Can I speak to you? Can I have meat? You don't have any today either, do you?
Afraid not, kiddo.
This is like the third shopping trip in a row that you were empty.
I know. And you know, if I had any spare, I'd give it to ya.
You really don't have anything?
Look, kid, all I got needs to be sold. I got people to feed too, you know. Look, kid, I promise next time I have extra, it's all going to you.
All right. See you later.
Be good, kid.
Wait, do we not have any money then? Or are we just hoping people will be generous to us? Asta sells flowers here. Flowers aren't in need, so I don't stop by here anymore. I miss gardening with Mom. Okay, what about jam? We need jam, right?
Oh, Henry, you're back. Good morning.
Good morning, Lucille. Can I have some jelly or jam? Whichever.
You know, normally I'd ask someone to say please. But you're special. You don't gotta. Sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. I'll get that ready for you, lickety-split.
Thank you.
So, Embry, this is the third week in a row you came here dressed like this.
I like this outfit.
You know, if your mom and pa ever need help with the laundry, I don't mind.
Do you think I smell, Lucille?
Oh, no, of course not. I just wanted to, you know.
It's alright. They'll be back around once they get over their sickness.
Yeah. I'm hoping they'll get better soon.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Lucille. Interesting. So our parents are sick? I thought they was on a trip. Is this gonna have something to do with the things that are in the basement? Ah, Embry. Back again, I see. Hello, Mr. Wilson. May I have some more bread? Well, sure, of course. What kind? Whatever kind. Right. Here, I'll give you some whole wheat. And some sourdough on the house. You like that kind, right? Yeah, I do. Thank you. Say, Embers, how is everything? Your folks are all right? Oh, yeah, they're fine. Well, not fine, but you know. Ah, right. Well, you know, my kid's back in town this weekend. If your parents want, we could come over, maybe help out around the house. Bring over some more bread. Oh, no, that's fine. Mum and Dad keep telling me they don't want anyone over. They're embarrassed. Right. Well, just tell them I offered anyways, okay? Anytime they need it. Right, I will. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Wait, so our parents in the house? Are they in their bedroom? That's all I came here for. I guess there's, nothing left to do but go home. I mean, we can still chat to these people, can't we? Mrs. Costello sells milk and other dairy products at her stand. And this one's honey, yes? Honey sells honey. I like honey, but it's way too sticky to bring home with the way things are now. Well, okay then, I think that's all we can do. Time to go back home. There we go, we've supplied. Everything is put away. It's getting dark already, huh? I'll have to feed them dinner, then, before it gets too dark. Wait, the thing I'm thinking, right? If the parents are meant to be in the house, we've not been giving them food unless the parents are the ones in the basement. Then again, they were sounding like monsters. Maybe the parents are monsters. I hope they're not too hungry after this morning. They eat more than they used to. But there's only so much food I can ask for at the market. If I ask for too much, they're going to start wondering where it's all going. You eat so much now. I can hardly keep up. The parents are in the basement, right? Yep, it's gotta be. Dinner's ready. Okay, let's go feed our parents then. Parents, I know you're down here. It's dinner time. It's dinner time. It's dinner time. Dinner time. Dinner is done. I'm tired. I'll go to bed. Okay, for the best. Good night, parents. Hopefully they were not going to kill each other in hunger, right? Okay, well, I really want to know how they ended up down in the basement. It's time to go to bed.
Do you see how easy it is?
They grew so quickly. I thought we'd have to wait forever.
It's incredibly easy for a flower to grow in the right conditions. But you have to be careful too, because as easy as it is for a flower to bloom, it is just as easy to wilt and wither away. Without a constant eye on things, it's very easy for a flower to wilt. So you must remember to take care of the little thing, because without that care, your whole garden will fall apart.
Mother? Had Mother lost her head? I think the noise came from the basement. They're banging on the door. They haven't done that in a while. I should check on it. Right? Well, I mean, I'm very nosy, so we're gonna do it regardless. Okay, down we go. Who's banging on my basement door, huh? They're hungry. But what do I do about it? I already fed them dinner. And I have to try and save as much food as I can. But if they're hungry, I can't just let them go hungry. Or else they might... Okay. Oh, I have an options. Do you know what? We'll feed them. Fine. I'll give them just a little more food, but no more than that. It's bedtime after that. No, I can't use this. I need this for breakfast tomorrow. Not this either. Okay, this should be enough for them. I hope. There we go, an interrupted night's sleep. That's what we needed. Nope, we look really tired. It's morning. I have to make breakfast. And also do chores today. What chores am I doing today? I should probably start making lists like Mum used to. Okay, I wonder if we can get into the parents' room today or not. Nope, okay, well, no need for the bathroom either. I need to make breakfast, and then I need to figure out what chores I need to do. Probably cleaning the kitchen would be a good chore. Breakfast, breakfast. What can I make for breakfast? I'll just use whatever's here. I just got bread yesterday, and jelly. And we still have butter and stuff. Yeah, I'll just make another sandwich. I just hope it'll be filling enough that they don't cause a ruckus again. I think they're gonna cause a ruckus again. You got bread. Okay, well, I know everything else is. Look in the fridge. Butter, yeah. I should use it. It's better to feed it to them than to let it go bad. I just went shopping, and yet... Breakfast is ready. Again. But, there was something else I have to do in here. What's it again? Okay, maybe we need to look at the photo. Why not? Look at the drawing. Nope, it hasn't changed. I was just curious if it would. Okay, so don't use the oven, that's fine. Oh, maybe we need to look at the chart or something. Ah, right. Today is the 4th of the month. I almost forgot to write it down. What were we writing? We don't get to know, apparently. Today marks 4 months since it happened. 4 months since the monsters appeared. 4 months since I've been living like this. 4 months that I've been keeping them fed so they don't eat me like they ate them. Okay, so 2 possibilities. The parents are the ones in the basement and they became the monsters, or the monsters ate the parents and they're the monsters in the basement. I'm leaning more towards the parents are the monsters in the basement. I have to stay here and take care of things. I'm the only one who can. I try to keep the house clean as I can, but I can't clean everything by myself, and I don't know the right way to clean most of it. I usually try to clean the windows. The house gets really dark when they're not clean. Mom told me that. My parents, that night they appeared, the sounds that followed, it sounded like they were eaten, but I didn't actually see that happen. It's just what I think. And since I didn't see it happen, I think that maybe they weren't somehow. Maybe I just have to wait here for them to come back. I don't know. It's all very confusing. I just, what's that saying the adults say? Take it day by day? That's what I do. I mean, it's working, isn't it? I'm okay. And if I just keep those things down there fed, everything else will be okay too. There's not much to do at home without Mum and Dad around. I've been reading a lot. I wish I could be like the kids in these books, 'cause maybe then I'd know what I'm supposed to do. The door again? But this isn't their normal feeding time. Henry, are you there? Mom? Henry, it's okay. Mom, you... I know, you must have been so scared. But everything is better now. You can open the door. Respond. No, you aren't my mom. What's that now? If you're really my mom, tell me something only she would know. You're not going to open the door? Really now? After everything I do for you? Stop it! My mother would never talk like that. Not after being gone for so long. Alright, kiddo. This isn't funny anymore. Open the door before I get mad. Respond. Do you really think that's going to work? Dad doesn't yowl like that. Pretending to. Since when did you learn to talk? I'm not going to open the door. Is it done? Embry, please let me out. I'm tired of this. Why do you sound like I hate this? And you hate it too, don't you? So why are we still doing this? Just open the door already. Monster. That's what you call us, right? That's why you won't open the door. You. How can you say such a thing? How can you treat us this way? Do you really hate yourself this much? What are you talking about? You're talking nonsense. What do you want? I'm keeping you fed, isn't that enough? What else do you want from me? I want out! I want out! I want out! Let us out! I need fresh air. It's okay. Everything is okay. I never heard them talk before. I didn't even think they could. They're getting smarter, I guess. Maybe it's not the parents in the basement then. I mean, if they can even take our voice. That's bad. But what am I supposed to do then? Should I just let them starve? No, what am I saying? If I let them go hungry, then the only thing they'd have left to eat is... But if I keep feeding them the way I am now... No, it's gonna be okay. I will figure something out. And I'll just keep feeding them until I do. Speaking of feeding, it's dinner time. Well, okay then. It's time to go feed the monsters once more. Everything is gonna be fine. Stay away from the basement for a second. Even though I kind of really want to go down into the basement. I'm so curious. Dinner time again. I just hope they don't try something like they did earlier. Okay, so what do we got to feed them? Is it gonna be more bread? Nothing I need is from the cabinet. Okay, not bread this time. What's in the fridge then? Look in the fridge. There has to be something in here. I never ended up touching this cheese wheel. It's kinda heavy. Well, it was supposed to be good, but it's probably collecting mold now. Some people like mold on their cheese though, right? I shall never understand it. Honestly, I've never even tasted it. It's just the whole idea of moldy cheese. It doesn't appeal. It kind of, I don't know, puts me off. Oh, give it to them. You got cheese. Wonderful. Oh, we're just gonna feed them cheese alone. It looks like it's just gonna be cheese. Okay, go eat an entire cheese wheel, monster potential parents. They're quiet. I'm not going to announce it's dinner time. I'll just throw it down. Alright, they're fed. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm going to bed. Why this Embry saying this is fine just reminds me of the house burning down meme. It seems like that same kind of vibe. Like, it's clearly, no, it's not fine. Nothing about this is fine. Well, the only fine thing is going to bed. That's clearly fine. It's time to go to bed. I told you it's easy, isn't it? Wait, has he got horns? So maybe he is the monster in the basement. It's fun. Good, that's how it's supposed to feel. Whenever I'm feeling worked up, I just start brainstorming the next painting I want to make. And I know, even on the worst days, I can always come back to painting to make it better. Will I ever be as good at painting as you are? You could be. You can be whatever you want. Really? Something important to remember about painting, though. It's true that if you make a mistake, you can just paint over it. But you can only paint over it so many times before it begins to look like jumbled and muddy. So, you should make sure you know what you're doing when you go in, so your painting doesn't end up ruined. Oh, wait, what was those paintings? I think I saw blood. They're banging on the door again. This is the second night in a row. Are they still mad? Well, I mean, we can't feed them this time, though. We're running out of food. I might have to go ignore them. I fed you an entire cheese wheel. How can you guys be hungry? I don't know if the chain's gonna hold. What am I supposed to do? I know food isn't the only thing they want now, but food also calms them down. I need them to be calm, but with the amount they already eat, what am I going to do? Go back to bed, I'm afraid. I can't just give it to them. I'll pretend I slipped through this. I'm going back to bed. You know what? I'm impressed we slept through that. It's morning. I have to make breakfast. How much food is left anyways? I might have to go back to the market later. Maybe there will be meat today. I think it's what keeps them the most full. But I have to feed them breakfast before we leave the house. Well, okay then. I'm still not convinced we have any food left, but well, let's go check. Who knows, maybe there's a second cheese wheel. What have we got any bread left? No, okay, so there's no bread. And nothing in this one? Well, it's in the fridge then. Mate, I can't even look in here. I can just look at the very pretty picture. I usually try to avoid giving them cereal because it's, well, not the easiest to transport. I'll just throw them the box. Or the boxes. We really have run this low, haven't we? I was just at the market, and each visit is closer together than the last. What's that thing? The thing Dad would say. Eating me out of house and home? Well, I mean, in defense of them, yes, you did just go to the market, but the only things you got from the market was a loaf of bread and some, was it jam? So it's like, feeding them the cereal, it's not being replaced. It's just a little bit of an issue, don't you think? You're not restocking quickly enough, I believe. I've got no choice. After I feed them, I definitely have to go back to the market today. I just hope this is enough for breakfast to begin with. You got cereal. Wonderful. I'm afraid you're gonna have to eat it dry. I don't think we've got any milk. I did not make a stop at the dairy farm, I'm afraid. Here we go again. Even though it's just cereal, all of it together should at least be enough for breakfast. Who knows, maybe they've got some leftover cheese they can nibble on. Cheese and cereal. That sounds delightful. I wouldn't want to try it though. It's fine. They seem fine with it. I better head out now. Then to make sure I have enough for dinner. Okay, time to go to the market then. I'm sure no one's gonna have any uncomfortable questions for me regarding the state of my parents. Okay. I now see why we've got such a convoluted way. We're hiding the fact we've got monsters in the basement, aren't we? Trying to avoid anyone from making the journey to our house. Back again. I have to talk to Mrs. Baylor before I go anywhere else. If she has any meat today, I have to make sure I get to it before anyone else. I'll beg her for it if I have to. Please, Mrs. Baylor, I'll take anything. Okay, nope, no meat. Mrs. Baylor?
Embry, good morning.
Oh, you seem pretty happy today.
Does it show on my face? I'm just excited. There's good news for you today.
Good news? For me? Does that mean you have meat today?
Oh, no, not exactly. It's a different kind of good news.
Oh, what is it then?
Well, you see, there's a travelling doctor visiting town today.
Doctor?
I hear he's quite well known. Supposed to be real good, yeah? I know you said the doctors here couldn't help your parents, so maybe he can.
Yeah. I'll try and find him later then.
Oh, there's no need to go looking. I can see him talking to Mr. Wilson right now.
Oh, really?
Why don't you go talk to him? Oh, I'm just so excited for you, Squirt. I'll be watching from here. Go on. Go introduce yourself.
Right. Well, I don't think I'm giving much choice. Can I get some things for this first? Lucille sells fresh fruits along with her jellies and jams. Nope, okay, nothing for it. Hello. Hi. Hello. Ah, Embry, you're just in time. I'm sure Mrs. Baylor already told you, but this is Dr. Delight. Delight? The one and only. And I'm quite a delight, if I do say so myself. So, you're Embry. Folks around here were telling me that you needed some help. It's quite nice to meet you. You're a doctor? Indeedly so. You look like a clown. What? Embry, hey now. A clown? Oh, I certainly hope I'm a funny one then. Here, Embry, why don't you introduce Delight to your parents? If anyone can help them, he should be able to. Yeah, right. I will do my best to assist. Go on then, lead the way. Well, I don't think there's anything for it. He's stuck on me like glue now. Okay, come on. Come meet the monster in my basement. So, this is the way to your house? Quite the thicket to walk through. Mr. Delight? It's Doctor. Right. I didn't want to say it in front of everyone else, but you should go. You can't help me. Don't be like that. I'm sure whatever problem your family's been going through, we can fix it. Okay, I don't think there's any persuading him otherwise. Embry, you go to the market all by yourself? Yeah. Is that an issue? Oh, well, it seems like a long way for a child to walk, all by themselves, that's all. I'm used to it by now. Okay, We're nearly there. So, Embry, what do you like to do? What do you mean? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Are you an artist? The stains on your apron seem to hint at it. I'm quite the artist myself, you know. Oh, nothing. Pardon? I don't really do anything anymore. I guess I read sometimes. Oh, what do you like to read? Nothing. I see. Embry, you're really making it hard for the delight. Well, while still on our way, why don't you tell me a bit about your parents? My parents? Yes. If I'm treating them, I should know about them, shouldn't I? Well, do you know what's afflicted them? Hmm? Your parents? I've been told they're very sick. So sick, they can't leave the house. But you seem fine. I was just wondering what I should know about them before I meet them. I wouldn't worry about it. Right, I understand. Apologies if asking made you uncomfortable. Okay, it's fine. We're nearly there. You know, this walk isn't actually so bad. It's nice to just stroll through nature every now and then. I guess. Still, though, it surprises me you take this walk so often by yourself. You're not scared of any monsters coming out to get you in the woods. Embry, are you alright? Huh? No, sorry, it's just looked like I upset you. I'm okay. Oh, you've really got your work cut out for you. Don't worry. You seem like you're under a lot of stress. A child with parents so sick, the child has become their caretaker. That must be so difficult. Please do not worry. I will do all I can to return to you to normal life. Shut up. Eh? I told you, you can't help me. You should just go. Well, can't I at least try? Okay, we made it to the house. You sure? Last chance to back out. Nope, you're definitely coming in then. You really still want to see them? I do. We're gonna lead them to the basement. We've got to, right? Here we are. Your house seems nice. Very cozy. Yeah, sure. Okay. So, we want to get to the basement? We want to get to the basement. Oh my, quite the heavily locked door. May I inquire as to what's inside? I mean, I'd rather you didn't. Embry, are they in here? Can we open the door? What? No! Hey. It's all right. Can you tell me why they're locked up like this? I don't know what's down there, but whatever it is really bad, and we can't open the door. Embry, you... See, I told you that you couldn't help me. I'd still like to try. You're not going to leave until I open the door, right? Okay, I will open the door. I just... Something the matter? My key is gone. I always keep it on me. Did I drop it at the market or something? Did you bring it to the market? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Why don't we look around for it here then? We can check the market after we're sure it isn't here. I'm sure one of the stall owners would have said something if they saw you drop it anyway. That's a good point. Let's look around then, I guess. Okay, so where are we thinking? Maybe in the kitchen somewhere? Did I put it in the fridge or something? Quite the tall pantry, but it seems rather empty. Yeah. You must have drawn this picture on the fridge, yes? Yeah, I did, but it was forever ago. So, let's see here. This is you in the middle, and your parents on both sides. Yeah, that's sweet. What a wonderful drawing. Okay, so I'm guessing it's not in here. I'm gonna explore upstairs. Is it in the bedroom? Okay. Key! Key, did I leave you here? It looks like no. You see my key. What's this? A friend hanging out with his little buddy. What's this? A little buddy hanging out with his friend? There's nothing of note here. Aw, you make your bed every day morning. That's a good habit to practice. I guess. What the? Oh, did you find it? Yeah, I did. But this doesn't make any sense. I've never put the key in here before. I don't even remember. Well, I suppose it's good you found it either way. Yeah, I guess so. Very suspicious. We've definitely not been there. Okay, so down to the basement then. We must open this door. And then eventually we'll find out how the key ends up there, right? Alright, opening the door now. Seems quite the long way down. Is there a light switch? It's at the bottom of the stairs. But, I think the light's burnt out anyways. I see. Well, let's go on then. What? I said we could open the door. I didn't say you could go down. What do you mean? Of course we have to go down. That's the whole point, isn't it? No, you can't. Embry, let go. No! Did we just shove him down the basement? Did we just feed delight to the monsters? Oops. That's a lot of blood. Does this make me a murderer? I think it kind of does. Look at that. It's time for bed already. Okay. Time for bed, huh? Oh, rest in peace, Delight. Is this because I didn't feed them in the night? Should I have just fed them more? Oops. It's time to go to bed. That was louder than the other times. I need to go check. I mean, how are we going to explain to anyone the fact that the doctor just suspiciously went missing as soon as he visits our house? I feel like there's, that's a problem. The basement door is open. I didn't open it. I definitely locked it before I went to bed. So, how is that? What do I do? You know what? The smart answer is to go back to bed. But I really want to go down there. Go downstairs. I have no choice. I have to go down there. Because if I don't... Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, we should probably get a light first. Never mind. We can just walk down in the dark. Everything's gonna be fine. Oh, this really was a very, very deep basement. Interesting. Okay, it's fine. Clearly the body was dragged off or consumed in one go. I was kind of... Well, either. That, might be a concern. The suspiciously summoned bloody handprint. Maybe something I should, worry about. You know, it's fine. The walls are just bleeding. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, everything's clearly fine. I'm sure these monsters are not invisible. There's a lot of blood there. Hello? This is a very, very, very big basement. Hello, monsters? Are you here? Come on, where's my next bloodstain? I think it's now! Yes, it is. But that one certainly looks a lot more monster-like. I don't know, it's just, I think it's the placement of the form. It looks less human than the last one. Wait. You're...
Henry.
You? Why do you look like...
You look surprised. I don't see why. I thought by now you'd realize. You and I are one and the same.
No, that's not... That can't be right.
It can't. Why can't it be? Oh, that's right. It's because you think we're a monster. And that's not you, right? You're not a monster. That's what you think, right? Monster, monster, monster. We're monsters, but you're not. Is that right? How does that make sense? You're not a monster. You pushed the doctor down the stairs.
What are you talking about? No, I didn't. He fell. I kept tugging on his sleeve and he stumbled. He tripped. I didn't push anyone.
But you opened the door for him, didn't you? You opened the door and then begged him not to look inside. Why did you do that? He wouldn't have tripped if you just let him go. You wouldn't have tripped him if you kept the door shut. He wouldn't have even seen the door if you didn't let him in. And maybe he wouldn't have been here to begin with if you weren't such a monster. Why did you bring him here? Oh, Embry, what are you going to do with yourself? What have you been doing all this time? Feeding, feeding, feeding. And for what? I think you feed me because you like it. It makes you feel better when you do, right? You feed me, and then you feel better. You feel safe. Nothing is coming to hurt you. And you know, the funny thing about that is, day after day, despite how much you've been feeding me, I'm still hungry.
Oh boy. Did I? Okay, so question, have I eaten myself yet? That is a good point. Then technically, if that is actually part of me, it can't kill me, right? Because then it would be killing itself. Provided we're connected. Just a nightmare. But it's gone on long enough. Okay, we seem to be on a mission. What have we decided for today? Let me guess, are we going to starve them now? Are we no longer going to feed them? Wait, maybe we don't want to be in the kitchen. Maybe we just want to go to the basement door. There's the blood. So, okay, so the doctor was eaten, right? Okay, down we go. Wait. Wait, so was I just the monster in the basement then? Interesting. So then if I'm actually the monster in the basement, then clearly I did push the doctor down, right? And I'm guessing I killed my parents early on. Okay, so I'm just curious, what would happen if we didn't go downstairs? Because then we'd never see ourselves in the basement, right? So we just go back to bed. I can't. 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 I'll just go. It'll be okay. I just need to go back to bed. Yep. See, no one has to deal with their problems. They just choose to go back to bed, right? Really, it's the best case scenario. And lock the door. That's a very good idea. Smart kid. Okay. My door is firmly shut. That's fine. Right? Maybe I should check there's nothing under my bed, right? I'll just a quick peek. Oh my god, if we see Dr. Delight just under our bed or bloody and mangled, that'd be incredible actually. Anyone see the demon in the toy box? Is that just me? Thank goodness. Nothing under the bed. Bedtime then. Henry. Oh, Dr. Delight. I'm pretty sure you're dead. Henry. Dr. D? What are you doing here? I thought... You... Henry. What's wrong? I think your face is falling off. That might be a little bit of a problem. Doc, you what? You really should tell me what's wrong, you know. How am I supposed to help you otherwise? What's that? Ah, I see. It must be because I tried and I died. That's what happened. Well, there's no helping it now, is there? I tried and I died. I tried and I died. And that's because of you. Dr. D, I'm so sorry. I tried to stop you. But you just kept going. Well, I had to, didn't I? Nothing ever would have changed if I didn't. So I kept going. And look where that got me. I just wanted to help you. And you didn't want that. Why is that? Is it because you feel helpless? Or is it because you know help is only going to make it worse? That is terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. That's it, isn't it? Help will make it worse. Because once you get help, there's no longer an excuse as to why this is happening to you. Ah, I'm sorry. My mask was slipping. So, now I feel compelled to ask, was it worth it? Was my life worth that excuse? I would sure hope so. For your sake, at least. It's too late for me now. Who else will you sacrifice to save yourself? They might not be as forgiving as me, but maybe that's what you're looking for. After all, then you can say they deserved this. Do you think he's mad at me? Just a nightmare. Oh, so I'm guessing we get the same ending regardless of which path we take. But it's gone on long enough. Okay, so let's just make sure we... Wait, can I? I can't go back in. I was gonna go check the toy box, but never mind. Okay, so now it's time to go back into our basement. Wait, there we go. We are clearly the monster in our basement. I do feel bad for Dr. Delight. Well, I hope you enjoyed that playthrough. If it's not me, it's my basement. You know, I could have sworn that we saw Dr. Delight in Crow Scare though, right? So I wonder if that's actually in the same universe and it's a cameo, or it was just a nice Easter egg. Because, I mean, if it's a cameo and it's like an actual same universe kind of deal, does that mean Dr. Delight survived the fall? Interesting. As always, if you want to check out the game, I'll leave the link in the description below. If you enjoyed your time here, then please don't like this video and subscribe to this channel. But other than that, I hope you have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.